Welcome to the Real Estate Baller Show. If you ever like any of the video we posted, if you like this channel, can you do me a favor and hit that subscribe button? It helps us more than you know. And the bigger this channel gets, the more people we can help achieve financial freedom. Thank you and enjoy the episode.
I thought I did it big, and then I got to see your trip, 5 months across multiple countries, and I was like, okay, I've got some learning to do.
It was an amazing trip. It was amazing. I think my daughter will never forget it. You know, we got to meet my VAs in the Philippines, and I think that it's also changed them. You know, I mean, one of them never seen, like, one of my VA had not seen her parents in 3 years, and her youngest child never met her parents. So the fact that I was able to send them on a trip to go so they can meet, the grandson can meet the grandparents for the first time, that was amazing. So yeah, I don't know, I can't talk about it enough. It seems like it's forever ago though, you know, and I love to go on a trip like that again.
Yeah,
so now I'm setting things up so I can go.
Yeah, I love that. So you hire a lot of VAs in your business, which stands for virtual assistants. They're people that handle paperwork and processes in your business overseas. And I hire VAs too. And now I feel bad. I need to go see my VAs in person and go. I have VAs in the Philippines as well. And so did it kind of change your relationship with your VAs when you went there in person and met them?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, we have been really good at treating our VAs like human instead of machine, like some people do. We actually have really good culture, core values in our company. But just seeing them, getting to see where they live, you know, what their houses, not houses, more like a shed, right, looks like, it changed me. And I just feel like I want to help them to get better. And I know it's probably a touchy situation. Like, I would love to hire more US people. However, there's also that cost and sometimes the work ethics into certain tasks. So we outsource to other country, and sometimes it's a business decision, but we treat them just like our family, you know, work family. So.
Yeah, I have gotten such good quality work hiring overseas. I have gotten great friendships. I've had several VAs over the years. There's a girl who works for us now who's really great. I've seen pictures of their family. I've talked to them on video chat when we're working on a tough problem. I wouldn't be where I am today without the team. But I also believe that it's best if you learn how to do a task first before you outsource it, or you hire someone who knows how to do it. I've had VAs tell me some really bad stories about previous clients they had, and I don't understand how you can not treat someone like a human being just because they're in a foreign country. And it's also, I don't know if this is the right motivation, but sometimes I feel responsible for making sure my VAs get paid, because I've had a VA in the past that moved from a big city when I first hired her out to the countryside with her family, and the salary I was paying her was going a very long way and taking care of a lot of people. And it's like, whoa, I got to make money because I got to keep paying her. She was doing an amazing job, and there's more than just she and I relying on this. So, you know, I've had to tell people this all the time, but, you know, we don't always live for ourselves. We live for the people around us. We live for our children, our business partners, our families. These sellers, many of the sellers I've talked to have no idea how to get themselves out of the situation they're in, whether it's foreclosure or a destroyed house. And then we have people, you and I both have people overseas working for us that rely on us. And so I always try to remind myself when I'm having a tough day that it's not just me that I'm working for here. So I'm glad to hear that you have that kind of relationship with your VAs. And as soon as you told me you went and saw them and you showed me some videos on your phone, I was like, oh my God, I'm messing up. I need to go see my VAs.
Well, I feel that anytime I bring someone on board into our organization, VA or not, that is my responsibility to help this person, to, in whichever way I can, to impact this person. Hopefully this person will be with us for a long time. But if we are not the right fit, then hopefully this person gains something from the time with us that they can, you know, help them into their next part of their life. And it's a responsibility when you bring someone on board. And for, if they do a good job at what they do, I feel responsible. Like if I have to let someone go, it's always tough. Well, simple answer was I needed a change. The long answer was I became a mom and I felt like I needed more freedom of time to raise her, to be with her. And so I stumbled upon real estate with the simple idea of work less and make more money. So I ran into an old friend who told me about another friend who was involved in real estate, and his word was, he's super rich. And I'm like, okay, I'm talking to him. And next thing I know, it took me several months to do my research and such. But then I got into real estate.
Yeah, I had similar run-ins with people that everyone told me were super rich. And I kind of got in real estate for the same thing, as I was following someone else's course that had been charted for me in life. And I was working my way through corporate America. And I got to a point where I had what I thought was a really good job. And I was in this weird position where I didn't really work for my boss, but me and my boss kind of worked for his boss. So I would work directly with my boss's boss, to say boss 10 more times. And he was making like over $250,000 a year. He was glued to a desk. He was miserable. He would share with us the difficulties in his family life. He was in his 60s. And I looked at his life and I'm like, is this really what I'm climbing to achieve? And I didn't even have kids at the time, and I just thought, I was traveling for work, and I thought, I need to make a change if this is not what I don't want my life to look like. So that was kind of what drew me to real estate too. But I'm jealous that you became a mom early on in your real estate journey, because I'm still trying to become a parent. So we're probably going to try to embark on that journey soon. And truth be told, I've said this in other interviews, I don't even know if we can have a kid. We've never even tried, so we're going to figure that out soon enough.
Well, that's the first step, right? You got to start trying. That's the fun part anyway. Trying until it became reality. I'm just kidding. Well, I am super thankful for my kid, because I think that because of her, when I got into real estate, I took things more seriously. Does that make any sense? For people who are parents, you probably get this. When you become parents, suddenly you feel responsible and you feel like you got to do it right. You can't, fool around, mess around anymore. So you got to do it seriously. And so I think that helped with my success in the real estate path.
Yeah, you're working for two. You're not just working for one anymore. It changes your responsibilities. I'm not a father yet, but almost everyone around me is a parent, and they're just like, it was night and day. A switch flipped when I became a parent of how I looked at the world.
Yeah, you work more effectively. You manage your time more efficiently, because you have to split. Especially, I'm a single mom, so it's a constant battle between business and being a mom, being a business owner, being a mom. So someday I'm a wonderful business owner, a terrible mom, and someday I'm a wonderful mom and a terrible business owner.
Well, I like to ask everybody's why. I have that written down as a question here, but you answered it without me having to ask. Is your why is being a mother and your family?
Yeah, my why is really simple. I mean, I got in it for the money. I think there's no shame in admitting it. It wasn't like to make impact or change neighborhood. I mean, it sounds shallow. That come later, right? But the initial why was I want to provide for my kid, my family, and I got into real estate. Then it opened my door, opened my eyes, my horizon. Now I want bigger impact.
Hey, thanks for tuning in today. I do have a favor to ask. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated with more amazing stories and insights from REBallers. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video.
I've been asked a lot about passive investment, and I understand that there is nothing passive about being a landlord unless you can find a great property management company. So if you own an Airbnb, a vacation rental, or a short-term rental, and you are looking to free up your time, contact our team at Buzz Vacation Rentals at 281-549-8432 or check out our website at www.buzzvacationrentals.com. Thank you, and back to the Real Estate Baller Show.